What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Captain Jack. Thanks for joining me on this episode. Today we're gonna do some epic diving down south on my boy Spency's Contender. Got Scotty boy, got my sister, dad running the boat, Spencer's dad also getting in the water with us. It's a little family affair out here, but we are hoping to get in some action, some hot fiery action. We're gonna start off diving nice and deep on a like 200-foot wreck. We're obviously not gonna see the wreck, but we're gonna maybe pull up some pelagics from it and hopefully get some luck. Don't really know where the day is gonna take us, but hopefully we get into some massive fish. And I only have till noon to dive, so it's a time crunch. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I do a awesome walkthrough so you guys know what's going through my mind when I'm diving, how I'm diving, what I'm using, and all that cool stuff. And obviously I'm gonna be using my ever spectacular Rob Allen 120 with the Mantis roller. Got that sucker rigged up. If you're interested, go ahead and comment below. Let me know if you want a full description of that. I can do an episode on that too. But I will see you guys in the water. So even though I said I'm diving a 200-foot wreck, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going all the way down to the bottom. There's a lot of fish that hang around and above the wreck, and these are called flashers. These are something I drape down. They act as a fish attracting device, and those pelagics come off of the wreck up to the flashers and giving me a shot. And this is exactly what happens on this dive. Something came into the flashers. I saw some sort of fish in the distance. I made a quick drop. Once I saw something coming in, I went down there, held my position, and hoping the fish would make another turn and come back in, and this is exactly what it does. That was a rainbow runner. I knew I made a really good shot, and I saw that shark in the distance, so I went ahead and grabbed the line, pulled it up, ensuring that the shark didn't get a hold of the fish and pull it back down. Once I got to the surface, my buddy diver was able to go down, fend off the sharks, and I was able to land this fish safely without getting it sharked. And this is why buddy diving is so important, because it enables you to land fish even if there's sharks around. Got dinner. Once you get that fish in your hand, it's a good idea to take your knife out, brain the fish, which puts it out of its misery, and also the fish will stop struggling, which means the meat will be a little bit more tender. And it's also a good idea to bleed the fish, which ensures the quality of the meat. Because the more blood you have in the meat, the more fishy that fish tastes. Alright guys, so that was awesome. I saw those rainbows like a little flash of them, and then I just dive bombed them. Went to the top of them. They kind of scattered. I didn't see them, and then I kind of was patient down there, and then sure enough, like 3 or 4 more, even more than I saw, came into me. Landed the shot, and I had to horse it because I knew the sharks were around. Had to horse them up, pulled them up quick, and had these guys there for defense once the shark got a little close to the fish. So yeah, good stuff. Got that fresh rainbow runner. That is delicious sashimi. So yeah, I'll probably end up cooking that up later. Well, I'll eat it raw, I guess. All right, so we ran offshore and we found it's like a half a sunken boat or wreckage or something. We're gonna get in there. Hopefully we see some mahi, something, but I gotta gear up and get in. So when you find a big piece of debris like this, it's a really good idea to stop the boat about 100 yards away from the debris and then swim to it so you don't scare any fish away.
How is there nothing on that?
Dude. Unfortunately, there was nothing on this piece of wreckage, which I couldn't believe, but I had my throw flasher just to make sure, pitching it out, hoping that some kind of mahi or wahoo would come into it, but unfortunately there was no luck on this piece of debris. We did find some cool fish eggs, which kind of look like a little jellyfish sort of thing. You don't really want to disturb these things because they're part of the ecosystem and you don't really want to disrupt it.
Bummer. So there was nothing on it, surprisingly, but it was a little too fresh. Looks like it may be like a few days old. It needs a little more time for fish to congregate and stuff to build up on it. You know, but you know, we're gonna keep looking. Hopefully we run into something good.
We stopped on a couple of more pieces of debris, hoping that there would be some kind of mahi on them, but today was not the day to be getting some mahi offshore.
Somebody has a good hiding spot.
But it was a really good day to see some beautiful sea life. We were kind of overrunning offshore, so we decided to come into some of the shallower wrecks in about 100 feet, threw some flashers down, and we came across another school of those rainbow runners, and Scotty had to get himself something to eat for dinner.
Slobs only.
Shortly after, a Zero mackerel came in and Scotty put the lights out stone shot on him. The next chance I got to drop was pretty intense. There were a lot of predator fish down on the wreckage and I knew they were there, but I decided to take a shot on this fish anyways. And you'll hear me grunting, kind of calling the fish in, and that also calls in the predator fish, so you need to make sure you're aware of that. If you don't have eyes in the back of your head, there could be a shark or something coming around, but you should see there was barracudas, sharks, Goliaths, and I knew if I shot something, I would have to put the brakes on it and get it to the surface as soon as possible. So I popped that bar jack, pulled it in, I saw the sharks coming in hot, and something you need to realize, these sharks don't want to take a chance because they know that their eyes are detrimental to their survival, so they don't want to risk it. And if it's a fish or an opportunity on a meal that is risky, they will opt out and not take the chance. And that's exactly what happened here. They didn't like the opportunity, so I got the fish.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
And just like bleeding those other fish, this fish is no different.
What?
Saving your ass every fucking 5 minutes, bro.
What are you talking about, dude?
You're like trying to box the fish within your body.
So I got that bar jack, yellow jack, whatever it was, good eating fish. Spencer said the sharks were all over me, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Spencer, what happened?
Dude, you're covered. They're covered right behind you. You're trying to hide the fish with your body?
Yeah.
It's not gonna work, dude.
What are you talking about?
You're not a great buddy diver.
That's why you buddy dive.
Your shark's gonna grab you over, dude.
That's why you buddy dive with Spencer, not Paige.
I got to the surface and Spencer's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, you should have seen him. Literally, he's like this, and the shark's like right here, and there's another one coming right from behind him. Doesn't even see
They're
him.
hugging me, good jack.
So I'm like, I had to go down there now and take care of business. That's you today.
Paige didn't go down there.
Paige, where were you?
I was behind Spencer hiding. I really did go down behind him.
I was hiding behind the fish that I shot.
Yeah.
Now, Scott, where were you?
What?
Whenever I was getting wrapped up in sharks.
I didn't even know you shot.
That's what I'm talking about. Dude, we are on point.
So just as important as it is for you guys to see me land fish, I think it's a good idea for you to see me miss fish as well. We made a drop on this wreck, and same thing, there were predator fish everywhere, and I had an easy shot on a Cubera snapper, and I don't know how, but I missed. I think the fish just dodged me. I was honestly kind of looking for a perfect stone shot right in the face on this Cubera, and you saw that right there was a black grouper down below, but they're out of season, so we kind of just didn't really pay him any bother. But I came in on this Cubera, easy shot. And I just missed. I think I may have torqued my gun just a little bit right at the last minute, and the fish jerked his head to the opposite direction, and I missed. It happens, and I really you don't want to beat yourself up too much about it. So we went in a little shallow just to kind of do a little sightseeing. Saw this beautiful sea turtle, very chill, kind of cruising by, and then right after that sea turtle, I see this beautiful stingray under the sand. And you gotta watch out for these guys, because this is what killed Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. You never want to really get too close to them, but it's always a nice sight to see them gliding through the water. And same thing with the little sea turtle. got dinner, and I will see you guys back at the house whenever I slice up that rainbow runner for some raw sashimi. What's up, guys? I'm back at my house. I'm gonna make up a little meal from this rainbow runner I shot. I'm gonna make a little Asian cuisine. One of the key ingredients I'm going to use is ginger, and always make it fresh. I have some extra ginger in a tube, but I already sliced up some ginger, and I'll show you basically what I'm doing. So here is the meat. I'm gonna cook it in those portions, and I'm going to sear it with sesame seeds on it. Devin likes hers a little cooked all the way through, so I'll go ahead and pull mine off early. I'll let hers cook a little longer, and we'll have a nice little meal. I went ahead and added some veggies to the mix. Also, pro tip, if you want to dive and dive better, eat a little healthier. I found that always to be successful. If not, at least you think it is. I have sesame seeds, sesame oil, broccoli, cabbage, some peppers, some jalapenos in there because we like to spice it up a little bit. So I'm gonna use that, and then also I'm gonna put that over cauliflower rice, and that'll be kind of our side. I'm gonna cook the rainbow runner inside of here, and I'm gonna sear it both sides, probably about probably less than a minute on each side, just so it's nice, a little raw in the middle and cooked on the outside. It should be delicious, but I'll go ahead and give you a run through when I put that on the pan. So I got the fish, and I basically lathered it up in some oil, some vegetable oil, and I sprinkled some black sesame seeds on it, and this is what it should sound like when you have it on the pan. Nice little searing noise. I'm gonna do that with all of them, and make sure you don't crowd it. It's gonna be a very low time on this pan, and then I'm gonna flip it. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the smaller pieces because they're probably already done. You want it to be raw right in the middle on the inside, and then cooked and kind of brown and seared around the outside. And the sesame seeds also give it like an extra little bit of crunch. So I'll see you guys whenever this is finished, and we're doing a little taste test whenever we're sitting down. So it is a little smoky in here because I kind of burnt the veggies. Whoops, my bad. This is what happens when I multitask. But it's gonna be first bite impressions. I wanna try it first. Crunchy and delicious.
Delicious.
Is it good?
Yes. Always.
Yeah, so this piece is a little rarer in the inside than this one. All of hers are not rare. It's nice being able to mix it up, do a little Asian cuisine, and just so you're not having just fried fish or baked fish every single night. So mixing it up is always good. Hope you enjoyed the little walkthrough of diving with my buddies. Even though it wasn't super successful, we got dinner, had a good time doing it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for another adventure. Later. Uh-oh. What is that thing trying to do?
Eat my fish.
Stevie, do you want food? I'll see you guys next week for another adventure. Later.